I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You're not going to believe this. San Francisco, a tornado warning.
Yeah.
You heard that right. December 14th, 2024. The day the Bay Area got flipped, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And we're diving deep into this unprecedented event. We'll go beyond the headlines, what actually happened, what does it all mean? And we've got some awesome sources to guide us.
Oh, yeah.
We've got CNN, Yahoo News, the AP, even ABC7 News.
Okay.
Plus a really interesting article titled, San Francisco Issues First Ever Tornado Warning Amid Severe Storms.
First ever. Wow.
First ever. And get this, not only was this San Francisco's first ever tornado warning, but something absolutely wild happened about 70 miles south.
Oh.
But first, let's rewind. Back to the basics.
Okay.
Early December 14th, a tornado warning gets issued for downtown San Francisco.
Whoa.
And San Mateo County. Now, you got to remember, San Francisco, it's known for its, the Golden Gate Bridge, fog, hills, earthquakes, definitely not tornadoes.
Right. Not your typical tornado alley.
Not at all.
But what's really interesting about this is, this wasn't just some isolated twister. This was part of a massive, and I mean huge, storm system. It was ripping across the entire U.S., but it hit the Bay Area hard.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the wind, right?
No. We're talking heavy rain, crazy winds, those massive waves crashing on the shore. It was pretty intense.
And get this.
Yeah.
The Bay Area was already under advisories. High surf, coastal flooding, all that stuff. So this system rolls in on top of that, and boom, suddenly there's a very real threat of tornadoes.
Yeah, and that's what's really important to highlight here. This wasn't just like, a little bit of wind. This was a serious situation, and that brings us to what happened 70 miles south.
Right, Scotts Valley.
Scotts Valley. So picture this, a shopping mall, people going about their day, shopping, grabbing lunch.
Right.
And bam, a tornado touches down right near the mall.
Oh, wow.
Nicked cars, trees ripped right out of the ground. There were even injuries.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so that really brings home, right?
Yeah.
The danger of this storm. I mean, if it can touch down in Scotts Valley, it could happen anywhere.
Absolutely. And that's why the warnings in San Francisco were taken so seriously. So what were people told to do, to stay safe during this crazy event?
Yeah, well, the main thing was shelter in place, right?
Right.
But then you think San Francisco, lots of houses don't even have basements because of the earthquakes.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Where do you go?
Exactly. It's like, okay, shelter in place, but where? And that's where those National Weather Service guidelines came in. They were really hammering home, find the most interior room, lowest level of the building, away from windows, that kind of thing.
Like under a table.
Yeah.
In a closet.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Find that safe spot. And they were also really emphasizing stay informed, check those official channels, have a plan in place beforehand, just be prepared.
Preparedness is key.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, it's easy to feel safe in a place like San Francisco. But this was a real wake-up call. And it's interesting, this wasn't actually San Francisco's first tango with a tornado, was it?
It's funny you should say that because while December 14th, 2024 was the city's first ever tornado warning, a tornado did hit San Francisco back in 2005.
Really?
Yeah.
So an actual tornado hit back then, but we didn't get a warning until almost 20 years later? Seems kind of odd, right?
It does seem strange, right? But it really highlights how much our understanding of weather has evolved. Our ability to predict and warn for these kinds of events, even in areas where they're historically rare, is so much better than it used to be. And that's good news.
So we're better at predicting them, but does that mean they're happening more often?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that scientists are actively studying. But this event in San Francisco, it definitely underscores the need for cities, even those not traditionally associated with tornadoes, to start factoring these extreme weather events into their planning.
Absolutely. Stronger building codes, better emergency response plans, public awareness campaigns. We need to be ready for anything.
Yeah. And that's kind of the point here, isn't it? If a place like San Francisco, considered low risk for tornadoes, can experience an event like this, what does that tell us about the changing climate, right? And how we need to adapt to these new realities?
That's the question we all need to be asking ourselves. And on that note, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Stay safe out there, and most importantly, stay informed.
Absolutely.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.